Good afternoon, and after yesterday's crazy birthday party for my little niece, decimating most of the schedule, we're back with full slate of shows for today. The judges start with a day of Judge Washington with some crazy deals, including a hot mic and some crazy show cause. So let's begin to rock as we start this adventure in Dominion.
Case number 2022-00662, James Mulawa. Mr. Mulawa is here for a probable cause conference. Ms. Saad, Mr. Jalalian.
Your Honor, the defense is seeking a resolution of this matter that would keep it in the district court. I've had an opportunity to review that request and review the file, but there's a lot of moving parts here, and I think before I would be comfortable agreeing to anything, I need a little bit more time to review it. It's my understanding that the defense is okay putting this out a little bit to see if that resolution can be reached. So if the court would adjourn this for 3 to 4 weeks, I think we can have a final answer about where this case is headed.
We're definitely on board, Judge.
How long? 30 days?
That'd be great, Your Honor.
Okay. I'll adjourn this probable cause conference 30 days. Bond is continued at this time, and we'll see if something can be resolved. Thank you.
Thank you very much, guys, and everyone have a great holiday weekend.
All right, take care.
You too, Your Honor, and
Bye.
your counselor.
Mr. Mulawa, you can log off now.
Thank you.
Please do before you screw up.
Told you. They're just gonna fucking keep taking my life.
Oh, you are still online, Mr. Mulawa.
Oh, fuck.
I muted you now, but we're going to have a conversation with your attorney about profanity while on the record. So I'm going to remove you for now, but Ms. Dodd, if you can notify the defense counsel, Mr. Jalalian. I don't know that Mr. Mulawa knew that he was still on the record. I'm hoping that's the case. Otherwise, obviously, that's contempt. Contact your attorney immediately, Mr. Mulawa.
Yeah, you fucked up, so you definitely should.
Mr. Tardy, please put on a shirt.
Oh my God, and the next one is even worse. Yeah, do not show up in court naked.
Judge, I apologize for that. We'll get that fixed.
That's the way the prosecuting defense attorney's like, yeah, my guy's an idiot. Please don't kill him. Your Honor, I know he's an idiot.
Roll call case of the State of Michigan versus Benny Sams, 21 FB 1565.
Alfredell for the people.
Mr. Sams?
Mr.
Benny
Sams.
Sams.
Wake up, Sams. Wakey, eggs and bakey.
Benny Sams.
Going once.
Alright, I'll pass this matter.
Going twice. Trains are leaving the station. You're gonna go to jail.
Hello? Hello?
Sams, why didn't you answer when I was calling your case?
Because I'm an idiot, Your Honor.
I was waiting on y'all the whole time, but my man's on here. It's taking forever. So she just told me I'm muted. I'm not talking to you like that. Watch this. I was telling you, my girl was driving. She told me to be patient, so I was being patient. But my man's was talking forever, so that's why I just unmuted it. Nice for you. So I'm not on nothing.
A lot of people, I guess, are wanting.
State of Michigan.
Hello?
Benny Sams.
Benny, shut
21
up.
FB 1565.
overdose. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We can all hear you.
I lost signal. I can't hear.
All right.
One
Mr.
second.
Sims.
Hello?
Oh, jeez.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I just had to unmute you. I had it on two mutes.
You had it on 2 mutes.
We're here for a show cause today, sir, because you sentenced to 10 days of community service and fines and costs. You have not provided your proof of community service, and you have not paid any of your monies. You failed to appear for a show cause on May 17th, and 4 other occasions you failed to appear.
So in other
Have
words, you
you
can go to jail.
had an opportunity to see the recommendation in this case, Mr. Sims?
Yes, I just talked to Scott. So Scott dropped he just called me last week. The payment dude you told me to do. Set up a payment plan, see what can I pay him? So I just talked to him. We talked like last week and this week.
You're talking about community corrections. I'm talking about the fines and costs that I ordered.
I'm talking about the actual money.
Too. It's all together. I'm gonna pay it all in once instead of this paying half.
It's not all together. One is probation department, and the other is community corrections.
All right. I'm gonna pay it. Can I say this, Washington? I know I ain't rushing you. What? I really want to get off probation. I'm not playing with y'all life.
You weren't even on probation. I didn't even give you probation. I just gave you to do community service
and pay your
and
fines.
to pay fines and costs. I didn't put you on probation.
No, I'm just saying me. I'm on probation for O'Brien. So I've been doing everything for you and O'Brien. So it just
You haven't done anything for me, though.
Yeah, you haven't done shit.
I know. I'm talking about the little case, like the DV cases, all these cases. I've been in touch with the public defender. He been contacting me. I've been contacting him. So I was just explaining, like, with this DV case I had, he say I don't have to pay nothing.
I'm not sure what DV case you're talking about. The charge you hear on here for us is
Friday.
DV, by the way, is
have the
domestic
money and pay for
violence.
my court fees. That's what I wanted to say.
We both can't talk at the same time.
Okay.
What I was saying to you is you're not here for a DV case. You're here for police officer assaulted. Mr. Bannis, it looks like Mr. Sims is going to need you to be appointed on this case.
Because he's an idiot.
I don't know if you have a copy of the report from probation.
I don't think I'll do. I'll check now. I thought that this was just a collections matter, but it sounds like I'm mistaken about that.
Yes, he had Mr. Kilowall on this case before.
Right.
But he's going to need you on this case because he hasn't done his community service. I just gave him 10 days of community service and fines and costs to try to keep him off probation. He hasn't done any of those things. And the recommendation is for 60 days in jail at this point.
In
for 22 days.
jail.
Okay, thank you.
So, do you want me to adjourn it so you can have time to talk to him? And I'm going to request that he come in person for his sentencing.
Okay, thank you, Honor. Yes, that's my request. And obviously I'll discuss with Mr. Sims that community service is a lot better than 60 days in jail, but that's something I'll need to talk with him about. I think, Your Honor, yes, of course, whatever future date works for the court is fine.
I'm going to bring him back in person on July 12th.
Can I say something on that?
No.
Man.
Mr. Sims, I'll be in touch with you before then, but is there something you wanted to
I don't have no phone. My phone is getting fixed. That's why I try to, every time I get on court, I try to talk, but y'all don't let us talk. So, I don't have no phone right now. So, my phone
I just said in person, so you don't need a phone.
So, the only thing I'm just saying is, why do I got to do 60 days in jail?
Because you haven't done shit.
So, Mr. Sims, we're going to come back in July and talk to the judge about that. I am obviously going to ask that you don't have to do that. I know you and I have been in contact. It's been quite a while ago when you were getting out of the jail on the tether. So I'm very confident I'll be able to contact you before the next court date.
And I got something to say. I'm still on this tether. This Thursday, I go down there 22 and then with O'Brien. I'm still on this alcohol tether. Only thing I was saying to Washington and you is it's not hard for me to pay my bill. It's not hard for me to pay my court fees. My wife is helping me too. Like she said, she's helping me. I don't have money like that. And I try to do the best. You feel me? So Friday, that's the only thing I was to Washington and my court fees this Friday. My wife said she would help me.
That's him on the Zoom working out.
He just talked to me about that. So that's the only thing I'm saying. Washington and public defender, I'm ready to get off probation. I'm not playing with your life at all. At all. I'm a big person that don't want to sit in jail. I don't want to sit in jail. That ain't for nobody. And it ain't for me either. That's the only thing I'm saying. And I really appreciate what y'all doing.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Sims. So, Your Honor, I'll look into the tether issue. I do know in the past there was a lot of work trying to get Mr. Sims out of jail on tether. So I would ask that we, as you already ordered, we appear in person on July 12th.
And you might want to talk to your client about that he needs to do his community service hours.
Yes.
Which he has not done. So that's the other reason why it's not just the fines and costs, is that he was ordered community service. I gave him a break by not ordering any probation. All I asked for was 10 days of community service and fines and costs. So
I got a question, Washington. So where do you want me to do community service at? So I understand everything you told me in my public defender. Like, where can I do community service at? Community corrections, you didn't give me, where can I do it at? They'll give my time off. Because I'm ready to get on probation too. I'm trying to, like I said, I'm not trying to be in jail. Oh, skip the judge. I'm not finna do none of that. I'm not that person. I want to be happy. I don't want to be on tether the rest of my life. I don't. I really don't. I'm trying to do the best I can. It's summertime now. I don't want to be in jail 90 days. No.
Your Honor, would you be willing for us to use some time here to give Mr. Sims the probation phone number? Because Mr. Sims, to do community service, you need to call the probation department. They'll help you figure out where you can do that, and it's always good to get their pre-approval.
Well, I see it like this. Every time
Mr. Sims, can you write down the probation department's phone number, please?
I know, I can just call it. I can just call it. It's right there where O'Brien at, downtown in Arthur.
it's not.
Yeah, I got a pen, ma'am. Grab one.
Yeah, do not.
Mr. Bannis, the number.
You ready, Mr. Sims?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, 734-483.
One second, public defender. 734-483.
7336.
7336.
7336. They can help you confirm where you can do community service, and be great to call them as soon as possible, certainly before the next court date.
Okay, I got you. I'm about to call them as soon as I get off the phone with you.
July 12th, 2022 at 10 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor. May the people appear via Zoom?
Yes, you may.
Thank you.
State of Michigan versus Kayla Radcliffe, case number 22S00176. Good morning, Ms. Radcliffe. You're going to need to show your screen, turn on your video, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Your Honor, we're here for sentencing. I have reviewed the pre-sentence recommendation with my client. We have no requested changes or additions. We ask that you follow the recommendation.
Mr. Friedel.
Nothing from the people. We've said that you follow the recommendation from probation.
All right, ma'am, is there anything you would like to say prior to sentencing?
Yes, I had a question. In regards to the community service, the only slight issue I have with that is currently I am part-time working because I have no sitter for my child. Like I have no family that really lives in this area at all. So I'm trying to figure out when it comes to the community service, is it like an 8-hour day? Like, is it you have to do a whole 8-hour day? Because that's kind of difficult with not having any help with my little one.
Ma'am, I believe that it does require an 8-hour day. With respect to your child care situation, I don't know what to tell you about that, but that is a requirement that you're going to have to do the community service. That is in lieu of jail time.
Oh, I can't afford that with a little one. Oh, Jesus.
It's also,
and they don't have. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's also 5 days, which equals 40 hours over the 12-month probation period. So I know it sounds like it's going to be hard, but at least you have 12 months to do it. Is my only comment.
Okay, so over a 12-month, over the whole little probation, I have to only do the 5 days at some point.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I'm going to dedicate like a whole week or anything just to community service.
No, you do not.
Okay, that's feasible.
Anything else you'd like to say, ma'am?
No, ma'am.
All right, I've had an opportunity to review this report, and I did look at the driving in this case, and, ma'am, I'm concerned. I hope that you fully understand the seriousness of this. There was a previous incident where you were in an accident, and then you're back with another case.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, and I'm pretty disappointed in myself because I feel like I'm too old for this situation. So,
I mean, it was curious to me what the assessor had to say about you changing your friends, and then now you pretty much don't have much of a social life, it appears, and maybe you should get some additional social supports so that you're not feeling so alone, which goes back to that whole thing you said earlier about not having anyone to care for your children. So I know that, once you get a certain age, making friends is hard, and gaining support systems is hard. But if you complete this program and you get into this recovery community, maybe that's a better source for you. Being careful as to who you choose, but maybe it's a better source for you so that you don't get in future trouble. Just a thought. That's not an order. That's just a thought. Because it's hard when you're trying to do it all by yourself. Having said that, I find that the recommendation is fair, and I'm going to follow it. As the order of this court that you serve 93 days in the Washington County Jail, credit for 1 day served. The balance is suspended. You are on probation for 12 months, 5 days of community service, fines and court costs in this case for $425. All right, we're back on the record in the Barrage Scott matters. Mr. Scott, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Scott, I'm just going to be point blank with you about where we are with your matters, okay? You will test within the next 24 hours.
I will do what?
You'll drug test within the next 24 hours.
I have to have money for that, and I will have to.
If you don't test, then what's going to happen is you're going to be picked up, and you will be incarcerated.
I don't have no ride here. I don't have no ride. I told him I had money on the first. Can I at least do it on the
we'll
first?
We'll give you a ride, sir. I'm letting you know right now that you need to drug test within 24 hours. There's nothing to talk about with respect to that. So you need to figure it out.
I'm saying, can I do it on the first? Because I don't have money.
There's no discussion with that. And if you keep
So how am I going to drug test them?
well, then I can just have you arrested.
No. You don't have to pick me up. I'm just asking a question. How
There's
can I
no
drug
question
test?
to ask.
So, but how would I be able to drug test if I don't have the money? My grandma's not here.
Okay.
I would have to wait till she get here.
I've made my ruling. There's nothing else to talk about with respect to that. In addition to that, whatever time that you are given out, if you're given any out time, is purely at the discretion of Ms. Johnson and the probation department. Do not call the probation department being rude again, or I will hold you in contempt.
I won't be rude, but Miss Washington, can I please ask you a question, please? I'm not trying to bug you, but please can I test? Because we don't got no car right now. On the first, that's when I get my money. And then
there's nothing else to talk about, Mr. Scott.
But I have a weed card. I don't understand. Why
Next case. Okay. We're done.
Well, what do you want me to do? Well,
she wants you to test.
What would you like me to do? I'm willing to work with you.
I already said what you're going to do. There's no willing to work. You're going to test within 24 hours, or you'll be picked up.
Okay. All right. Well, Miss Johnson, Miss Washington, can I ask you a question?
Nope, we're done.
Will I be able to have out time today? That's all I wanted to know.
State of Michigan versus Warren Griffin.
You're not getting that answer.
1884.
Is that it? Oh, that was all of it. Okay, sorry. I didn't know if there was more in the cases, like it went silent. Alrighty, let me see. We have another quickie because we ain't gonna need too much longer in time. As we march up the towers here. Yeah, let's go with that.
Hello.
Yes, Mike. No, wrong. I hate when I click the wrong things on this.
Hello.
Shush, Mike. Let me get it queued up. Okay, and now, here we go.
I'm privileged to have this job, but some days are more stressful than others.
Yeah, they are.
Let's address this matter. It is entitled Village of White Pigeon versus Linda Jo Hostetler and Marjorie Huminga in Union Hall Block Building. This is an ex parte motion in order to show cause in this matter. Let's identify all the parties that are here. Attorney Roxanne Sieber is here on behalf of the Village of White Pigeon. Douglas Coleman is here on behalf of the Village of White Pigeon. Officer David Ali is here on behalf of the Village of White Pigeon. And Dave, your ceiling fan is going to cause me to go into an epileptic seizure from black and white flips. Also, we have
poor Judge. He really does have some issues. I mean, he's always worried about vertigo and that kind of thing. That movement bothers him, and I think it's for real actually. But he's charming in the way he tells it.
From the Willis Law Firm, Paul Morgan and Sam Gilbertson, on behalf of Union Hall Block Building Inc. Gretchen Anderson is here as an interested party of that entity. Mr. Robert Soltis is here for Linda Hostetler and Marjorie Huminga. I'm not sure who Mason Webster. Mr. Webster, what's your interest here?
This is the time that you speak, sir.
Microphone's on mute.
I was subpoenaed to appear.
Okay, so you got a subpoena. And Callie and Wanda, they got subpoenas also?
Yes, correct.
That should have been the first clue as we see going forward.
All right. Don't go away. I'm going to sequester the subpoenaed witnesses. Mr. Ali, you got a subpoena also?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm going to put you in a waiting room, so don't go away.
So go away.
Mr. Cash get a subpoena also?
He did not from me.
He may just be an interested, like good citizen. The Hilliards in the waiting room.
You can just watch on Law Talk with Mike.
Yeah, or our show.
Mr. Webster in the waiting room. You didn't do anything wrong.
Yes, you did.
It's just a policy that we don't let the witnesses hear the other testimony until it's their opportunity to testify. It's called sequestration. All right.
Okay, we don't want you to be contaminated by what you hear.
Morning, as I walked out of my morning, I found on my desk intervener's statement in opposition to plaintiff's motion in order to show cause, filed by Mr. Gilbertson and Mr. Morgan. And I also got an additional report from Douglas Coolman. I'm not sure if it's an update or what it is. So this has to do with an incident that is alleged that Ms. Haminga's other daughter, Ms. Hostetler's sister, Jeannie Webster, who runs Silver Spoon's Catering, was using the building after having been prohibited from being in there. So, Ms. Siebert, what would you like me to know?
Yeah, thank you, Your Honor. You did get the ex parte motion in order to show cause. Mr. Coolman and Mr. Ali did go in and observe. I did provide the documentation with respect to that to both of the attorneys, and that inspection took place on June the 12th, 2022. Mr. Coolman can provide information if you'd like testimony. Additionally, I did not receive a response. I did talk to Mr. Gilbertson earlier this week, and he indicated that, I'm sorry, I talked to Mr. Morgan. He indicated a response would be forthcoming. As you are aware, first of all, that the village's primary concern has always been the safety of anybody in this building. We specifically excluded it, asked people not to use it. We were represented by Mr. Soltis' clients that nobody was going to be in there. And lo and behold, on June 12th, on I believe it was a Saturday or a Sunday, somebody's in there cooking. So the information is well, we were just in there kind of cleaning up. But when you look at those photographs, it looks like it's a lot more than cleaning up. There's spots in there that say, the wedding was taking place, or that there was something in the refrigerator that was labeled for a wedding. We're a little bit concerned about volunteers going in and out of the building. We do not have an affidavit as required by the International Property Maintenance Code indicating that the new owner will be responsible for the building. We then heard the village, and we can take testimony again if you'd like, heard that there were people that showed up at the police department on the 24th looking for Miss Webster, saying that they had paid her $1,000 to continue her catering business, and that there's a wedding in 2 weeks and they can't find her. We specifically subpoenaed Miss Webster and her husband in accordance with the court order. They do not appear to have appeared. I would say that a bench warrant is appropriate since they did not abide by the subpoenas. I do see that their son, Mason, is present. I'm not entirely sure. We don't think he was actually in the building.
Okay, this is just weird. The interesting thing to me was the sequestration of the witness, and that comes to a head here in a little bit. But I didn't even notice the underlying facts. I mean, we've got a caterer who I think is just using, like, a kitchen that she's not authorized to use to run a business. The whole deal is shady. But, you know, it's a very small town.
I think that was an error on my part when I wrote up the order, so I did subpoena him just because that's what is said in the order. We also then... Mr. Pullman made contact with the individuals that had the wedding planned, and they agreed to come in and testify. You know, kind of at this point, they'd like their $1,000 back to the extent that the court has any ability to do that. She's really, truly supposed to be out of business. Now, I understand that catering fight is not our fight. At the end of the day, though, it's our fight if she continues to use this building and continues to have access to it. So we really would like the new owners to step up, to prohibit access, to turn off the electricity and all of the utilities, and to, I did talk with Mr. Morgan about this. You know, if they are going to be in this building with professionals or the owners who, you know what they're doing, would you please just let the village know? Because they're located right across the street. If you're going to come in and do some kind of scan or something like that, just stop over. I think they're willing to do that. And again, you know, at this point, I believe that it's appropriate to get a bench warrant for Jeannie and Max Webster.
Were they personally served?
They were by the police department, and you do have the returns of service.
Wow. We're talking about a bench warrant emanating out of some unauthorized, what's the word I'm looking for?
Craziness?
Catering.
Yeah. We'll go with that.
This is a strange one.
In your prayer for relief, you request the defendants be found in contempt of court. So there'd be 3 defendants, Linda Hostetler, Marjorie Ominga, and Union Block Building, LLC, for allowing the use of the building for false information to Silver Spoons. And all the occupants of the building be ordered not to enter the same, the utilities be shut off, and boarded at the defendant's expense to prevent the use of the building, pending further order of the court. That's your request?
Yes.
That's a pretty hefty request.
I might as well put this out here. I was at the event that Jeannie Webster catered on June 11th.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, shit, the honor was there.
This county is so small.
The honor was actually there.
She's asking him to issue a bench warrant for a caterer where he was just at an event that she catered. Oh, Lord. Here we go.
I spoke to her. I told her hello, and she begrudgingly answered me and said hello. She didn't seem real happy to see me, but I've known her for many years, and my wife knows her. And I was at the event. It was a wedding, a very nice wedding, and she was there catering it. I don't believe that puts me in a position where I need to recuse myself. But I want everybody to be aware of that. Does that cause any concern for any of the parties?
Not for us, Your Honor.
Not from our end, Your Honor. No, Your Honor. All right, thank you. Mr. Webster, can you hear me? Unmute your microphone.
That is smart answers.
Jerry, you're coming up by proceedings. I'm going to mute your microphone.
Because you're an idiot.
Mr. Webster, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right. You are a sequestered witness. This matter is being broadcast on a live stream. The village has requested that I issue warrants for your mother and father, who are not here, and they've duly been subpoenaed.
I believe they're with Jerry.
Excuse me?
I believe they're with Jerry, sir.
Oh, they're with Jerry?
Yes.
All right. Are you watching the live stream of this?
Yes.
Well, turn it off.
Turn it off.
You're sequestered. You're not supposed to know what's going on until it's your turn to testify. So it doesn't do me any good to sequester
you if you're watching it.
Proceedings on YouTube. So turn it off. All right. unwieldy business with Jerry Cash. Jerry, would you unmute your microphone? And this is our Zoom world we live in. I did this about 6 times already this morning. Mr. Cash, can you hear me?
No.
All right.
Well, there you have it. I just thought that was fun. I had a couple people send that to me. So he sequesters the witnesses, but they're watching all the proceedings on Zoom. I don't know how you stop that. It's kind of strange. I guess we're not at the trial, but he's going to take some evidentiary. He's going to take some evidence, and you always exclude witnesses so they can't see the proceedings and change their testimony accordingly. So I don't know how you police that on Zoom. The judge is trying right there, and then you see that he's got a potential conflict. He handles it textbook. He says, it turns out I was at the event in question that this caterer was involved in. I don't think I need to recuse myself, but that's exactly what you do. You disclose it, and you see if any parties. That's just ethics 101. You disclose the potential conflict, and you ask everybody involved if there's a problem. That's what you have to do. I don't really see why you couldn't make a fair decision based upon that. He also knows the caterer. I'm actually kind of surprised that somebody didn't look at it, whoever thought they were going to lose, and say, yeah, I got a problem with it. But they didn't. He clears the conflict in the appropriate way, and then he goes forward and finds out that the sequestered witnesses are watching everything. I don't know. It might be a little nerdy, but it's very amusing to me. Here at Law Talk, we like to.
Thank you very much, Mike. We appreciate having you back on the show. And with that, we'll bring Part A to a close. Of course, the auditors, frauditors, sausage, and Karens coming up in the evening. And yes, I know I've been saying it, but I definitely promise Art Bell will be back tonight in the overnight. Until then, like, share, and subscribe, be kind to one another, and release the Krakens. As we march along this afternoon and every afternoon, here from day one. Have a great afternoon. We'll see you tonight.